I don't call coaches' jobs to be gone, but I mean, guys, that I don't know how much else that needs to be told there for the Bears. That's sad, to be honest with you guys. Oh yeah, the Giants still suck. We know that, and obviously the night game wasn't what we thought it was going to be. Either way, though, here's what you guys here's your Thanksgiving recap. Hope you guys enjoyed turkey and stuff. Anyway, though, yeah, here's what happened in the football games.
Yeah, I like what we did there. Again, once it's under 7, you're gonna call timeout there, or actually under 12, and then really you don't have an option. Because it's 3rd to 4th, you got to throw it into the end zone then. So to me, it's I think we handled it the right way. I do believe that you just re-rack the play, get it in bounce, and call timeout, and that's why we held it, and didn't work out the way we wanted it to.
Here's Waffle. Blitz is picked up. Now it's bought in the air. Overzone. Backs to himself, and he scores. Oh, what a play by DeMarvion. Overzone. And go from the 1. Tua faking. Ingold fell. Tua sacked. No one touched him. And down goes Williams.
You could have gotten numbers, but just didn't.
You better hurry.
Oh,
this is disaster in the making here. You're going to have to, when it comes down to this play, incomplete, and the game is over. Completely botched at the end by the Bears.
Yes, it is the great American holiday, isn't it? And we're all united by this great game of football.
Here they go into round. Look at this to Sewell. The tackle, and it's just not there. But how Bates from 30 yards, and now a perfect 17 of 7. Take to him here. Look around down the middle, and it is caught by Laporta for the Detroit touches. 36 yards, field goal good. But even if he makes it, it's still a 2-score game. From 48, here's Caleb lofting it, and incomplete. It's to Gibbs to the 10. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Williams. Downfield, he's got Keenan Allen, and it's a touchdown for Chicago. Gibbs is in the backfield. They fake it to him. They're going up top. It's right there. Laporta for the second. Slot on the right. Williams looking left, though. Now looking to the right side. Finds him. It's Keenan Allen for the second time. All the game-winning kicks at Minnesota. What he did down to Houston.
That is on you. That is on you.
Here's Williams. Going for the big ball. Going for the big shot. And he hits it. Moore with the touchdown. Better hurry. Oh, this is disaster in the making here. You're going to have to do something when it comes down to this play. Incomplete.
And as I said something about Matt EberFLUSH, he is fired. And with that, what is going on, guys? We'll go back to the NFL. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the John Madden NFL Thanksgiving 2024 recap. I'm just going through all 3 of these games. What happened? I'll give you guys my opinion and my reaction. Obviously, you can see the highlights of these things as well throughout this. Either way, though, of course, it's Black Friday, at least for me. I don't know whenever you guys are watching this, but that's kind of when it's supposed to be. Sorry, it's coming out a little bit later. Been a little bit busy. Obviously, outside of that, though, we had some crazy Thanksgiving games like yesterday. Really on this one. But still, obviously, the first of 3 games, as always, the Lions are hosting like the 12:30 game that mostly no one's watching. Or they are. I don't know. Lions, nonetheless, get the 23-21. I got some pretty good notes on this one, obviously. But, of course, yeah, they obviously get the W. It was not a very good game by them. Let's put it like that. It should have been like 35-0 at halftime with the way they were playing in a lot of ways. But then, yeah, offensively, it kind of disappeared in that second half. And defensively, they really fell apart. Let's just put it how it was. But nonetheless, of course, they moved to 11-1. Now a 10-game winning streak. That's the longest in team history, as well as the fact they now are 11-1. That's the best start in Lions franchise history. So a lot of firsts this season for the Lions. They have to host the Packers next week on Thursday Night Football, though. That game's going to be a doozy, to say the least. You thought they won at Lambeau. It was going to be good. This one's going to be even better. Bears obviously fell to 4-8, their 6th straight loss. Again, as I said, they had enough with Matt EberFLUSH. They do can him, and I don't even like actually. Yeah, just let's look at the Bears because I think we know what happens. Where is it? Yeah, is there any on the intern? Okay. Yeah, okay, that's awesome. Well, Thomas Brown, their offensive coordinator, which is just, it's kind of a rough season. He got, not only was he boosted offensive coordinator after they fired Shane Waldron, now he's boosted to head coach. So, let's put it like this, guys. Thomas Brown was just expected to be a dude this season. Now he's the freaking head coach of the Bears, which is crazy. Getting promoted twice. I mean, obviously it's not bad for him, but, like, it was not... It was not put in his playbook, and that just kind of tells you the dysfunction of the Chicago Bears franchise and the fact that they need to really overhaul everything because they're stuck in the 1960s. They don't have an offense that really works right now, and they're a mess. They're just a complete laughingstock right now, and again, everyone clowns them because they somehow lose these games even though their defense is fantastic, and their offense has potential, but again, they're still not very good. I will say the Thomas Brown, former Rams running backs coach, is phenomenal. Is phenomenal coach. He'll put this team in a good spot. It just kind of sucks though that him and KO can't really work literally together all the time, which is again kind of what they were going for. Either way, though, the Bears can fall to 4-8. They have to go to play the Niners next week on the road. I might even pick them to win that one just because how funny it would be. But nonetheless, obviously they've lost their 6th straight. I think 4 of those have been by like 1 score, something ridiculous like that. Anyway, though, KO won 20 of 39 for 256 and 3 touchdowns. Many of those incompletions came in the first half. Where their offense had like 5 total yards, and didn't pick up a first down until like 2 seconds left in the first half. So it was about as bad as you get for offensive performance. Because again, unless you're you could argue the worst honestly, what I think is the worst offensive performance. Yes, if quarterback throws 3 picks again, or 3 pick sixes, and that's taking the team out of the game, and then they still gain some yardage. I think that's even better than not moving the ball at all. Because if you can't move the ball at all, there's just no confidence. If your quarterback throws 3 interceptions and is moving the ball a little bit, that's a lot better than again not moving the ball just completely at all. So the fact they were able to get that going in the second half was big, obviously. 2 31-yard touchdowns from Caleb. Another note I had for him was, again, we already know that EberFLUSH is gone. But he threw 2 31-yard touchdowns, which does show some explosiveness. And also, I think I had a big note on him was, where is it? Caleb needs to get the ball faster. Faster, unless his offense becomes a lot more explosive. Because honestly, again, if your quarterback's taking stacks, but you're being able to make up for that because your offense is making a lot of big plays, getting downfield a lot, then I understand. You're gonna take those sacks. It's okay again if you're getting those big plays. But this offense really hasn't been a big play offense really all year. And unless that changes, I really don't see how this offense is gonna be able to sustain with that happening. But still, they were okay, I guess, in the second half in this one. Running game was putrid as always. They don't have an offensive line. I'm not saying that KO again. He's to blame for at least half of those sacks he's taken this year. But the running, there's been absolutely no running game either. DJ Moore, 8 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. He had a very good game. Keelan Allen, obviously his best game of this season, caught 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Smith was also the second leading receiver there. Rome Odunze had like 1 play. Obviously at the end there was just ridiculous. But still, they were to get that done, obviously, on offense. Defensively, they really kept them in the game, obviously. There was probably about 8 situations they could have given them a touchdown. They actually forced a big turnover, though. Of course, we'll talk about the Lions in a second, obviously. But for the Bears, outside of that, I mean, their defense played really, really well. I will say that, yeah, again, a lot of those red zone stops were huge for this defense, or this team in general. Tory Taylor is also a very, very good punter. For the Lions, I don't really have much to take away from them, in terms of, logistically. I mean, their linebackers, specifically, as well as the secondary in total, I guess, they had really bad anticipation in this one. It didn't seem like they were just kind of flat and not really, jumping on the ball, or really seeming like they put in any work, honestly, this week in terms of on film, because Caleb had a lot of different plays where he could have just made throws. And again, I don't really think the Lions were taking any, extra steps to try to, burn him or make a big play, because yes, Caleb in the first half did not have anyone to throw to. Again, it was really just a lot of conservative play, which again most of it was, but still there were some plays where that should have been a pick six, or even they could have made a better play on that. Again, I just don't think this defense was really, our secondary specifically, wasn't really too into the game in this one, but they still got the win, obviously. Outside of that, though, of course they lost Malcolm Rodriguez after again losing Alex Anzalone for again extended period of time. They're losing their Malcolm Rodriguez, a starter there, for the rest of the season to a torn ACL, so that really sucks. I mean, it seems like everyone gets injured on Thanksgiving, at least once a year. You saw Von Miller a couple years ago with that. Jared Goff was decent, I guess. He didn't really push the ball downfield too much. Again, he did throw 2 touchdowns. I do think in the red zone he could have been a little bit better, though. David Montgomery, 88 yards, very hard running. Jahmyr Gibbs only got 9 carries, but made the most of it with nearly 10 yards per carry. James Williams also had a nice total there as well. Amon-Ra had a pretty quiet day overall. Tim Patrick had 1 big play. Outside of that, though, we didn't really see much of Jameson Williams outside again with that. Samuel Porter, of course, did catch 2 touchdowns, but overall for this offense, they just weren't really too effective in the red zone. I think that did hurt them a little bit. Outside of that, though, I have one big monologue to say. That's really about it, though. For this defense, though, Kirby Joseph might be the dirtiest player in the NFL. I think that's pretty safe to say. I mean, he's really not the brightest when it comes to legal tackling, but I mean he's getting away with it, so that's good. Or illegal but legal tackling. Yeah, you get the point there. But he's one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in the entire NFL. So he can kind of get away with that, and he also deserves some credit. Like, he's been great this year. Khalil Dorsey's okay in the slot. Brian Branch had a game, to say the least. No, he was okay. Jack Campbell's kind of all over the place. I hope Malcolm Rodriguez has a good recovery. DJ Reader was very good with 2 sacks. I mean, Zadarius Smith, one of the sacks was free. The other one he actually had a nice play on. Alquan Muhammad, very fast edge rusher, but he's been on 8 teams. David Long Jr. also there as well. Overall, for this defense, I mean, they were pretty good overall, I guess. Again, I think they could have played better, but whatever. Jake Bates obviously missed his first field goal of the year. Got jinxed as well. And then either way for the team stats, I mean, the Lions did have 400 yards of offense, even though, again, they didn't really look too great. 194 yards on the ground, obviously controlled the clock for most of the day. Again, the Bears got 15 first downs in the first half. They're only getting 2 in the second. In the second half, after only getting 2 in the first half. So that's pretty good. Both teams were kind of mid on third down too. But either way, when it comes down to it, guys, again, 5 sacks from Caleb isn't good, and the fact that, again, for the Lions, I mean, yeah, both running backs, the 25-game NFL record streak of running backs getting a touchdown is over. I get that, but again, really back on point with this one. The Lions, again, this is what I had to take away for them. When you win at the level that the Lions are playing at right now, complacency is almost impossible to overcome. What I mean by that is basically when you're winning all these games, guys, you're not really thinking about what can I do better, because I mean, what can you do better? And for that reason, there's going to be games where you're like, oh no, we gave that big play, whatever. They're not going to really care anymore. That's just kind of how it works. And again, complacency, kind of getting just stuck where you are. That's just kind of how, again, everyone struggles with it at some point in their life, but specifically with a ridiculously winning successful football team in a season, it's really impossible not to overcome. The ways to, again, overcome it in a lot of ways is kind of just make up challenges and make yourself get better. That's kind of how it is there. Outside of that, though, being able to stay together was huge in this one. Again, when you think about teams like the, 15-1 teams that were extremely successful in the regular season, that, again, talk about the 15-1 curse, that didn't do anything in the playoffs, it's because they were complacent. They got, their butts kicked, we haven't had any adversity. Stuff like that, but again, the best teams ever are the only ones who are able to overcome it, and if the Lions are able to do that, that would be awesome, but I think they do need to get spanked a little bit if they're going to be, on the right track, but it's never good to win 10 games this season. No, I'm joking. But yeah, the Lions are the best team in football, and I mean, they came out with this one again. First win on Thanksgiving since 2016. Congrats, Lions fans. Again, that was really long, but again, there was a lot of stuff that happened this one. The next 2 games shouldn't be as long. Either way, though, here's what happened at Tank Bowl.
Thanksgiving and an old rivalry renews. A John Madden celebration. The New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. And we say welcome. And from our family, here to yours, happy... This one from 23 yards out, little chip shot for him, and it's 3-0 Cowboy. Lock in trouble, steps away, he can run. Lock gonna the first and more, gets a block. Lock racing on the pylon, Drew Lock in. Lock was out at the 1 upon review, so they changed the call. Doesn't matter, they give it to Tracy, up and in, and Aubrey is perfect. But the Cowboys, Lifty, the fullback, gets stuffed. Wow. Giants with a position, got to settle for a field goal. It's Graham Gano from 46, and that is out. Pressure. The ball is loose. Cowboys look like they have it. Rush. Looking, lofting, corner. It is caught for the touchdown. Brandon Cole. Dak Prescott out for the year. Here's Rush, standing in, loaded up, going deep. Oh, it's caught. Jalen Tolbert, the adjustment in the... Give it to him. Gallo right up the gut and in. Touchdown, Dallas. Schemes. It's Graham Gano from 47 yards out, and that is perfect. Giants not dead yet, though. Lock here. Pressure, blitz, in trouble. Steps up to run. Looking to get there. Lock is in for the touchdown.
And in the Tank Bowl, the Dallas Cowboys were able to get their second straight win against an NFC East opponent. And yeah, this was not this close. It was 27-10. That was really what this was like. Whatever though, they're able to again knock off a tanking Giants team again, who now have the most loss in the league at least right now. Of course, at 2-10. To again get the Thanksgiving W. They have now won 3 straight games on Thanksgiving. I think something like that. Anyways, though, of course they moved to 5-7, and the Cowboys are playing hard. They're competing, which is really all I got to take away for you guys, because obviously they're done. Anyone who thinks the Cowboys are making the playoffs, that would be ludicrous. But again, if they win 8 games, I gotta give them some props there. Of course, they will be hosting the Bengals next week, who they obviously beat in 2022 when they had the disastrous loss against the Bucks in Week 1 that year. So we'll talk about more on that with the Monday Night Football preview next week. But again, I will say the Cowboys, they do have a shot to get the 6 and 7 there. Giants are 3 straight wins. Giants fall to 2-10. They have now lost 8 straight. That's their longest losing streak they've had since 2019. When of course they lost 9 straight. They also we're like 2-2 that year. All right, no, this is like their 7th straight loss. I'm a little casual with that one. Anyway, though, the Giants obviously they've lost a lot of games this year, and they're gonna have to continue to lose games because they don't want to end up like that 2020 Giants team that is kind of left out on a quarterback. Obviously, they had Daniel Jones there, but still, you get the point. They want the #1 pick, and they're gonna have to keep losing for that to actually happen. Anyway, though, of course they will be hosting the Saints next week, so that shouldn't really be much of a problem for them coming into that one. They don't really care anymore too. Oh yeah, also Dexter Lawrence dislocated his elbow. He will not be playing again this year. I can guarantee you that. And they'd be really stupid to put him out there at any point the rest of the year. Drew Lock is not a starting caliber running quarterback. We saw that in this one. He had some garbage time numbers in terms of passing, but halfway through the third quarter, he didn't even crack like 60 passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. The pick 6 was inexcusable. Should have thrown it in the dirt. I mean, again, it was very obvious. He did have like a 26-yard run again on the opening drive, but outside of that, he did score a garbage time rushing touchdown. He really did absolutely nothing. Again, in the fact that I wouldn't say he did absolutely nothing. He did do some stuff, but nothing good. Again, he was really his legs were really the only productive part of this offense. Tyler Tricia Jr. really struggled to get out of the backfield. He did score a touchdown though, of course, on that. Off the beneficiary, of course, that Drew Lock run there. Outside that, though, Malik Neighbors kind of got blanketed. He can't really run any routes that he wants to, and this offense is so confined. When you don't really even have a quarterback, again, the problem with this Giants offense right now and why that Malik Neighbors really can't do anything, it's not his fault at all. It's first things first. They do not have the quarterback to get him the football. They just don't. Not capable. Second thing, their O-line sucks. You got to be able to protect and let Malik Neighbors cook. Yes, I will say a third thing. Malik Neighbors is still a raw receiver. As good as he's been this year in a lot of ways, as an electric rookie, he's still got stuff to work on. He'll get better. He's still developing, obviously. Again, he's been a lot better than he was in college, to be honest with you guys. But still, he's himself not, again, at the level I think he could be to completely take this thing over. But again, you can't really blame him on anything because, I mean, when Drew Lock's quarterback and your O-line is complete trash, I mean, I don't know what to expect there. Theo Johnson, 5 catches, 54 yards. He did some stuff. Outside of that, though, no one really did anything. Darius Slayton is cone out there. Defensively, Tyler Nubin's trying. Bobby Okereke might be trying. I don't know. Outside of that, though, this defense is just not very good at all. They can't stop the run. They can't make any plays in coverage. It's just not good. I will say this, though. Their technique overall was okay. They also had 11 penalties. It was a mess. This is a terrible football team, and again, you've seen it in this one. Amir Smith also had a pretty nice return there. Graham Gano also had 2 field goals. But for the Cowboys, yes. Cowboys, obviously, their 6-game home losing streak's over, so I guess that's good. We'll get to that. Oh, yeah. And they could have the Cowboys could have the 8-9. Okay. Outside that, though, Cooper Rush is a very solid backup. A lot of teams would want him. He had a pretty nice deep on the back shoulder, I guess, sort of throw to Jalen Tolbert there. Rico Dowdle's first 100-yard game, and with a touchdown by a Cowboys running back. Of course, that being Tony Pollard back in 2022 for that to happen. So he only had 1 carry, which he needs to get 0. Yeah, Rico Dowdle, shout out to him again. He's a backup running back, guys. He's not a starter, but he had a very good game in this one. And again, shout out to him. Receiving-wise, CeeDee Lamb got injured, kind of pissed, because he only got me 5 points in fantasy, but, whatever. Brandon Cooks had scored a second straight Thanksgiving with a touchdown. I guess that's nice. Jalen Tolbert also 2 catches for 41 yards. Going to talk about that deep ball. Clyde Turpin kind of neutralized, but he still did some stuff. Defensively, Eric Kendricks was very good, 10 tackles and sack. Overall, they played really hard. And obviously, Michael Parsons, player of the game, getting that John Madden thing. 3 total tackles, 1.5 sacks, also 6 pressures. That's a little bit questionable. I give him 4, but hey, that's just me. DeMarvin Overshown is erupting in his 2nd season. Obviously, tore his ACL last year, blew out his knee, so he won't be. Didn't play last year, but I talked about him in the pre-draft process. He is an absolute missile. He's gonna just run around and do his own thing, and it works. 9 tackles, obviously the pick 6 as well. He is fantastic. That's really all I got there. Brandon Aubrey 2 of 2 from field goals, and insulting that his longest was 33 yards, but really, all I got for you guys outside of that is, again, this wasn't a very offensive game at all. Is the fact that the reason this Giants offense is so bad, honestly, with you guys, it's really hard to move the ball without big play potential in the run game, and an inability to get 3rd and long, or as Tom Brady said, a must-pass situation. When you can't, literally, your offense is incapable of converting on 3rd and long because, again, it's must-pass situation most of the time. And, again, you're just not able to get a first down. It's an impossible situation. How are you supposed to move the football? And also, the running game is not a big play running game. They don't have a guy, again, Tyler Tracy, great job you've done this year for this team. But they don't have, again, that running game that can just completely explode and just pick up a bunch of yards at some points. And again, there's a lot of other issues, obviously, too. But again, those two things put this just kind of like put a hamper on this team. Again, this was not the same. It was not this close. Anyway, though, cosmetics and all. Yeah. They've only actually led for 5 minutes into week, what was it, 6? I think I said. So that's just ridiculous. Anyway, though, here was Thanksgiving night.
The original Madden Cruiser is pulled into a familiar place.
50s, 46. He couldn't see it. Must it. Bo melted there. One of the two. Fake to Jacobs. Love. Touchdown Reed. Jaden Reed connects. Second and goal. Jacobs. Touchdown Green Bay. Tries close from 33. First point on the board for Green Bay. Fake to Jacobs. It's Reed. First down. Reed. Touchdown for the second time. Green Bay Packers for the lead of 3rd and 6. Love. Sideline shot. Watson separates. Got it. Wasn't touched. And Brandon McManus just QB's in Dallas. Chance got blockers. AJ to the end zone. Miami touchdown. 31 yet this year. Oh, is that in with Will? Love plunges. Checks it down. Josh Jacobs. Oh, beautiful move by Jacobs. Wow, the recovery. Terrell Dodson left him in the dust. And right back in the middle. True Eagle. I wasn't coaching. Here he's back to coaching. He's loving it too. After Smith deflected and Tyreek gets the touchdown.
Let's talk about lies. Gotta talk about all the things.
And the Packers were able to take care of business with a pretty controlled 30-17 win. Of course, stopping that Dolphins surge as it could have gotten crazy there at like the end of start of the fourth quarter. As they are able to win by 2 scores, 30-17. Really, actually wasn't this close, if we're gonna be honest. But they of course won their 3rd straight and now 7 out of their last 8. They actually have a very realistic shot to do something next week for us in Detroit. But that game's gonna be really hard to win. We'll just have to wait and see though, obviously, because the Packers they're a really good football team. They beat a not really good football team. That's kind of what happened. But still, the Dolphins, obviously, the narrative's going to continue that they suck in cold weather, which is very true. But that's kind of just what is it called, annoying, and also like no crap. They suck in cold weather. What are they, 0-7 since, or they haven't won since in the cold since like 26 or 0-7 in cold weather under 40 degrees since 2016, which is absolutely ridiculous. They've all, of course, received their 3-game winning streak come to an end. They're going to have to start that back up pretty quickly as they play the Jets next week on a little bit of a mini bye. So not really quickly, but still. A boatload of these yards were garbage time, but he still threw the ball 46 times, which usually you don't want to see out of him. Did throw 2 touchdowns, though. Running game was non-existent for a lot of reasons. First off, this O-line cannot penetrate. I think we've seen that for most of this year, guys. Also, the running lanes are very, I would say, indecisive, which is kind of a weird word. Again, you'd be like, weird word used for that, but when it comes down, it kind of is, considering the fact that, again, when they did have a good lane, it was or a good hole, it really was never, like, clear, which I think is kind of on Mike McDaniel in a lot of ways in the run game coordinator. But still, Devon Achane is not a power back to try to use him like that, and that's part of the reason they got absolutely no running game going in this one. Tua also had 2 carries. I guess that's not great. Jonnu Smith, 10 for 113. He had a pretty productive game. Tyreek Hill is getting blanketed or bracketed, at least from what I saw, and counted really like I spent like 20 minutes on it. 88% of his routes on like, 10 yards downfield or something like that. It's ridiculous, but hey, he did score a touchdown at least. Devon Achane also had a touchdown off of, a screen pass. Joe Waddle got completely blocked up. I'll put it like that. Odell had 1 catch. He hasn't really done anything this year. And, Devon Achane, power back. Jordan, alright, what else do I have? Alright, we'll get that in a second. Okay, outside of that, though, for this Dolphins team, again, they're just not that great, and we know that. Defensively, no one stepped up. I mean, they weren't horrible, but, again, did not step up. Offensively for the Packers, Jordan Love looked pretty good. I mean, that's really about it. He looked good. Good for him. Jaden Reed's also really versatile, and overall for this, this Packers team, they're very indecisive, or not indecisive. They're not the team that I trust the most. Josh Jacobs at least had 1 big catch. I think 4 for 74 is a boatload of He did have over 100 scrimmage yards at least, of course, scored a touchdown as well. Outside of that, though, I mean, Tucker Kraft is pretty good. In January did catch 2 touchdowns and also had a 23-yard run. This offense seems very versatile going through it. Again, Christian Watson had a big play catch, but outside of that, no one really, again, played insanely well. But again, offensive line-wise, Rasheed Walker really stepped up. He did have one false start, but that's really about it. Offensively, they put up 30 points. Good game overall. You can't really complain. Defensively, they're obviously very, very good. Isaiah McDuffie had 10 tackles. Xavier McKinney was okay, I guess. I think he got exposed a little bit. Not really exposed, but got picked on a little bit in the middle of the field. But outside that, Quay Walker was pretty good with 10 tackles and a sack. Kingsley Engabar, something like that. 5 tackles and a sack. Louis Vanessa also had a sack. Brennan Cox Jr. and Kenny Clark also rounded out there. They got a lot of pressure. Javon Bullard and Evan Williams were also very, very good as well in this one. Defensively, one of the better games we've seen out of them all year. Brian McManus also had 3 field goals. And with that said, for the team stats, both teams had basically similar yardage. Again, the Dolphins actually had the ball longer when you think about it. But again, the Packers averaging 7.3 yards per play, which is always a good thing. And again, being able to move the ball pretty efficiently, and the 5-11 third down was a big one in this one for them. But either way, of course, the Packers take care of business with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys tomorrow, of course, on Saturday. Get big rivalry Saturday for college football. Also, I think we'll have some sort of college football playoff bracket next Friday. But of course, all the Black Friday football recap for you guys there. Obviously, the way it's going on the as I record this. Anyway, though, I hope you guys enjoyed Thanksgiving. See you for the Black Friday football recap tomorrow, and obviously NFL Sunday recap, NFL Sunday preview on Sunday, again, Sunday morning. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed Thanksgiving. Yeah, here's Tulane blowing a big game.
And Shoddy coming back from injury's been big. They're going to take another shot downfield from Mario Williams. Intercepted.